गुड मॉर्निंग। जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे, भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा, द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा, उच्छल जल तिरंगा। तब शुभ नामे जागे, तब आशीष है मांगे, गाहे तब जय गाथा। जनगण मंगल भारत, जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे, भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे, जय हे, जय हे, जय 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 हे। जय भारत, वंदे मातरम। भारत भाग्य विधाता, आई बिलोंग टू भारत। जय भारत, जय संविधान। We people of this country, this is preamble, a kind of shapath, a kind of undertaking by every citizen of this country. We people of this country, having solemnly resolved to constitute our country India Bharat into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, to secure to its people justice, equality and liberty, so that they are honored well, they are united well, and they are integrated well. This is our a common undertaking, a common goal for every citizen that we ourselves are given by creating constitution, by establishing this constitution for every citizen of this country. It's no game, it's no joke, it's a fact. We have to understand this. There is no imagination on this. This is not a plot, and this is not a story. This was done on 26th November 1949 as first start, and then recommissioned fully on 26 January 1950, which we call our Republic Day, गणतंत्र दिवस। हम भारत के लोगों ने अपने आप को संविधान दिया, जो एक बहुत बड़ी शपथ है, एक्चुअली अंडरटेकिंग है कि हम अपने आप को इतनी शक्तिशाली बना रहे हैं कि हम अपने देश के हर नागरिक को इस तरह से रखना चाहते हैं जैसे कि हमारा देश एक ऐसा रहे जिसमें सारी की सारी भावनाएं हो, शक्तियां हो, सोच हो, जिसको हम कह सकते हैं हम ऐसा रहना चाहते हैं जिससे आप कहा जाए हम भारत के लोग अपने आप को सर्वनिष्ठा से, पुण्यनिष्ठा से ये करते हैं, बताते हैं कि हम इस देश को ऐसा रखेंगे जो अपने आप के राज का होगा, समाज का होगा, और धर्मनिरपेक्ष, पंथ निरपेक्ष होगा, जिसमें कहा जाए लोकतांत्रिक, गणतांत्रिक होगा, न्याय व्यवस्था इस तरह की होगी कि सामाजिक न्याय, आर्थिक न्याय और पॉलिटिकल न्याय सबको मिले, साथ में बराबरी मिले, हक मिले। और संविधान को पढ़ना इतना आसान नहीं है और इतना मुश्किल भी नहीं। दोनों बातें अपने अपने इंटरेस्ट की बात है। ये हमारी एक तरह से कह सकते हैं आप धार्मिक स्था है, देश के धार्मिक, देश का धर्म कह सकते हैं इसको। एक आम आदमी के लिए मैं बता रहा हूँ, सामान्य आदमी के लिए जो शायद कभी जानता भी नहीं होगा कि ऐसा कुछ है। It's not for those people who are very educated. Very educated people know this. This is an establishment, you can say. This constitution is not a joke. This constitution plots, designs, it makes a drawing which gives where you are, where I am. It's a kind of drawing in book form. It tells what's your value, where you are. And if you cannot understand that, it's difficult to understand then. You have to take certain interest, because after all, it's for you, it's for your future and future for every citizen of this country. Citizen is a question these days. What is citizen? Citizen is not a word of English, or Nagrik is in the world. It has certain power in this, strength in this, meaning in this. And if you do not understand that meaning, everybody can befool us. Citizenship is not what is described in constitution or on statute. That is only definition. But it's a belonging. It's ownership. If you own your home, you own your property, you have a trust in your ownership that nobody can take it until I sell it. You sell your property because it's yours. You are owner. But this citizenship is different than that. It's you cannot sell it. You can own it. Means it's much more valuable than something which it's not saleable. It's not exchangeable. This is called citizenship of a country. And you are that. This means there is no way out. Either you surrender it or you have it. One of two. You can surrender it when you join some other country. You can surrender it. Or it's not for you when you are in jail. So citizenship is yours if you are not outside of this country or you are in a jail. This is your property exclusive for you until you live in this country or you die. Means it's not what people think. It's a kind of different culture. We have to be proud of that, but proud or no proud, irrespective of that, you are responsible as citizen. And citizen means you have responsibility towards others, towards nation, obligation towards nation, and of course you draw rights because you are citizen, right to establish your country. It's not question of government establishment, it's question of your country's establishment. Country is there, you have to make it better with your efforts, with your honesty, with your sincerity. And if you don't do that, then you are not supporting yourself and your country. And those who are not supporting their country, you can call them that they are not faithful to this country. Well, it's not written on faces of people, but for that purpose. Administration is there, organizations are there, institutions are there. Our institutions are very important, but we have to understand what institutions mean here. Institutions are not buildings. Buildings are buildings. Institutions are, the definition, a spirit is soul. You yourself are an institution, first of all, as a citizen of this country. You are a unit association. Unit institution means you constitute this country by including yourself a member of this country. There are 140 crore member, for example. You are one of them. This means you are responsible to this country. That mindset you have to create. If you cannot create that mindset, you cannot understand anything. It's not only for this country, for every country it applies. But you have one constitution, and it's not a commodity, first of all. It's not an item, it's not article. It's something you have to feel and understand. You have to respond to that. You will say, it's not my responsibility because I have voted and elected some government or some MP or someone. Yes, you have done that, but that is for you, not for other country. They are working for you. You are paying them. You are working hard, or you are sleeping hard, or you have money, or you are paying bills. Directly or indirectly, you are spending money on those people you elected or you appointed. This point you have to keep in mind. Don't underestimate yourself. We always underestimate ourselves, and that causes a problem. And I am very serious about those people, very concerned actually, those people who are very well organized, very well educated, very highly profiled people, but they are not serious about this country, and that makes me upset. That saddens me actually. If those people will not care, who will care? If those people on whom we spend money, we spend means Bharat, our country spend money, those people who are having high professional values, having high offices or having high educations, we spend money, country spend money on them for schooling, for their living standards, for their higher education. Some are working here, some are working out of this country, no problem. But public spend money on them. I spend, you spend, we are paying taxes. I got help from government or from state when I was small. I got education, school education, university education, other education. This means everybody is bound by others. We are not independent individually. You cannot say that I am a member of independent country. This means I am independent. Yes, I am independent to some restrictions, to some bindings, to some controls. And I am part of those controls. Everybody is part of those controls. So we have reciprocal control to our nation. This means we have to be responsive to needs of nation. Yes, there are institutions are there. Many institutions, prime institutions are there. Prime institutions means I have this constitutional institutions and statutory institutions and registered institutions and other institutions and public on top of all. Until we understand this, we can't do anything. We may shout, we may slogan on top volumes, we may say anything. We have education, we work everywhere, we join forces or we whatever do. Problem is clear understanding. Sentimental value has no meaning. Sentiments and emotions have meaning with something else, not your responsibility. If you have to be responsible, you have to understand. I was actually discussing about relationship that exists between a citizen of this country and institutions. I had long discussion, and discussion cannot be over. It can be understood only. I was explaining about what's happening and why it's happening. It's happening because of certain failures on our part and certain failures on institutions' part. What is failure on our part and what's failure of institutions' parts and what is failure on, you can say, interaction part. That is very important to understand. We may say we know everything. We can say. Knowing something and experience something are two different issues. You can know something through books, you can know something through law, or you can know something through science or whatever. But to feel that, to experience that, is another part. Until you experience something, you cannot understand it thoroughly. You have book knowledge, you have practical knowledge, but you don't have experience. This means those knowledges are limited only, not fully established. And that is what we are experiencing today. Our country in 2020, the start is not very pleasing and was also not very pleasing. Pleasing in a sense, it doesn't indicate that we have to celebrate that. We cannot celebrate that because we are feeling disappointed. Public of this country has been feeling very disappointed at end of this last year and start of this Georgian 2020 due to many reasons. We celebrate New Year. Okay, celebrate New Year, but is celebration adequate? Are we able to understand our problems? If you cannot understand your problem, for example, you are a family head or family member, in your family of 5 to 10 people, you are not able to solve problems for a family because you could not understand those problems. That's why you failed. There could be shortage of money, there could be shortage of funds, or there could be problems your family might be facing. And if you do not understand those problems well, you cannot find solutions. And when solutions are not found, you are not discovered, then you cannot move further. You have to be either in nervous panic state or you go to some other man find solutions, and you won't get satisfactory answers until you try to sort out answers yourself. That is what we are facing. We are very big nation, all know it. 140 crore people. And if there are 140 crore persons, this means there may be similar number of problems. Otherwise, there's no way out. You have to solve the problems. Yes, you have to understand problem first. We say, okay, government is there, management there, so everything is there, they will solve. They will solve only when they understand. This is not Satya Yug. This is not Satyavadi Harishchandra time. This is not Ram time. This is people's time. There's no value of those imaginations that Ram was there, Satyavadi was there. Those are all imaginary world. And we cannot depend upon imaginary world to solve our problems. We have to solve ourselves to our capacity, to our understanding, and that is what is required. Problem comes in when there are few members and some members do not work. Those members take it easy, leave it for tomorrow, and then leave it for tomorrow, another tomorrow, and another tomorrow, and another tomorrow. And that tomorrow never comes. That is where we actually fail. But remember, if you don't have food, you have to eat food that day only. You cannot say, today I'm hungry, I'll wait for 4 days and then I'll eat. That is not possible. If you are hungry, You have to quench that thirst and hunger today only. Otherwise, your body shall start deteriorating, getting weaker. And that's what I am trying to say. If we do not think of nation today as our forefathers thought it years back, go back to hundreds of years, you'll find how they managed for you we what to enjoying today. What we are enjoying today is not created today. It took century, it took decades to have positive exposure that we are enjoying. We are not born with our own efforts. We are supported by others. Then we grow up. If you are enjoying today, whatever development today it's because of past efforts. And whatever we are doing today, it shall help us as well as our fourth, you can say, generations to come tomorrow. So as we are benefiting today, it's our duty that those who come must benefit. And for that, we have to create something. Whatever we are using today, we cannot finish that. We have to take only that part which is ours, and leave it for others. And that's what is called sustainability. We call it sustain. We have to sustain like that. Sustain means consume it and leave it for next one to come. That is what we have to do. But are we moving that way? We have to consider ourselves. No one shall come and tell us what you have to do. Because why shall someone come and tell us? Are we fools? We don't keep mind. We don't have senses. We cannot understand. All these questions we have to answer ourselves. My problems are my problems. Yes, somebody can advise me, can support me, that's something else. But problems are mine. I have to solve them. That is basic criteria we have to apply. This is nation. This belongs to all citizens of this country. We cannot say it is for this religion or that religion. That is nonsense. We cannot say for this caste or for that caste. That is nonsense. Problem is for my country, and that is Bharat, India. Because I belong to this country, it is my fundamental duty and my right as well to poke my nose into those problems and help solve those problems. It doesn't matter whether or not that problems applies or impacts on me. Even if I am happy, I am pleased, I am comfortable, my responsibility does not go exhausted. I have to involve myself if I call myself member of this country. Country is a family and everybody is responsible. And better, or you can say more significant responsibility goes to those people who are involved in my institutions, which are powerful and constitutional bodies, which we appoint ourselves, we pay to them and they work for us. This criteria we used to hesitate 40, 50 years back that we are paying to them. But now we can say that we understand we are paying them and they also understand they are getting benefits, but they forget that. Those people ignore that. But because I am paying them by my hard work, from my sweat and blood money, everybody is contributing to their remunerations. It is therefore we have complete right. It gives us complete right to raise our questions to them, report what you are doing. That point was missed many decades back. We were not thinking that way. We thought that government is our master because our minds were slavery master relations long back, slave master relation. We had undergone for decades and centuries slavery, and that slavery mindset cannot go out so soon. It takes time. After all, we are human beings. Our understandings are not very rapidly developing. We are very short-term memory, and we cannot have the dynamism in our minds that we are a developed mind. We don't have development of mind where we lapse in. Means something is there we can't accept. It is positive or it is negative. It is very difficult to accept at once, and that's where our people fail. Knowing something we don't know, it happens. I don't know this. I can't understand. I say I know it, but I don't accept this. I know that my problem exists, but I don't accept this. That is where we fail. But now we are not illiterate society. More than 50% people are educated, and I think more than 25% people are highly educated. So that degree of shame or shy or feeling negatively must go out. Frankness must emerge. One should say frankly speaking, means we say like that. Means without any fear I am speaking, without any threat I am speaking, that this is like that. That point we must understand. Country is not one day solution. It takes time. It has been 72 years since we got it into our hands to move in capacity as sovereign and republic. These two terms, sovereign and republic, means it is my responsibility, it's our responsibility to take pluses and minuses of this nation in our own capacity without allowing any interference from other countries. That is what sovereign and republic means. That I have to apply my own efforts to solve problems, and I have all authority of that as citizen of this country. And because I am a republic means I do not need any head. I am head of this country, and I shall move with the appointment of a delegated head of this country. This is what these two terms says. Means I am sole honor, people are sole honor, and they are king of this country. Collective body of people is king of this country in name of republic. And other three terms, socialist, secular, and democratic, are various parameters which classify who we are. Secularism states that we are having different classes of people, but we do not differentiate. We are different classes, but we have no right to differentiate among each other. We are one unit moving in one direction without criticizing others or each other, respecting each other, irrespective of your way of worship, which way of worship got no meaning on our constitution. Our constitution does not recognize that. So secularism benefits everybody, and socialism says that you have to take care of all. If some person is sick, you have to help. Sick means not physically sick, maybe economically sick, mentally sick. That person must be supported. Means no one should be physically or mentally handicapped. Society has to move like that. If somebody is in need, you help, state level or other level. That is what socialism means. Society is constituted. We are a society. We are not individual. We have to move in group of society. Society has to help every member. And we understand democracy very well. We can say that we understand democracy, but fact is we don't understand democracy. We have voted 14 times till now, 14 or 15, whatever number I am, cannot say guarantee with the guarantees 14, 15. It means every 5 years, and you can say 72 years, 70, so divided by 4, you can say 14. It's approximately 14 elections have been affected till now. And we may say that we are very experienced society while conducting democracy in this country. But just thinking that, or just making an understanding with vote system, and you can say yes, it is democracy, that is a part only. There are few factors that can be included within the process of democracy, and vote is one part. But we say that is total part, and we get rid of our responsibility. That is what I say. You cannot get rid of your responsibility because you are a member of this country. You may be a citizen, you may be a parliamentarian, You may be a government minister, or you may be a judge, or a army, or wherever you are. You cannot get rid of responsibility because nobody is higher and nobody is lower. This is what our constitution orders, that equality applies, status applies, and opportunity applies. Those who have gone to position of ministers, they were given opportunity and they availed opportunity. And of course, it depends upon luck also. But I don't count luck here because luck is not defined in constitution. To an extent, we discuss constitution, we cannot use word luck because it is your hard work that pays, it is your contribution that pays, it is your commitment that pays, it is your sincerity that pays, not your luck. Luck is your personal matter. Yes, for country it can be luck. Well, why I am telling all this? Why I am explaining and deliberating with you this? I just want to open your minds. That is my objective. My objective is what I understand, I can share with you. Maybe you understand that or may not be. Because I'm not very good expert. I cannot say I can explain to you in details, but whatever bad knowledge or good knowledge I have, I can share with you. Maybe something you understand, which I could understand, or maybe I'm able to transmit that to you in part or in full. It depends upon my try, my attempt to explain to you, deliberate with you. And I think it's a very common language, a simple language I'm trying to explain to you using that medium, and you may get that. Of course, my English is not very good. You can say it's not commanding English, it's ordinary English. And to communicate with common people, public, it's better to use ordinary words, ordinary terms, so that you may get maximum benefit rather than using very difficult words, which is no use. So that's what I'm saying. Our constitution is, of course, having complicated language because that is a permanent work, and it can be, you can say, interpreted differently, but theme is same, principle is same, destiny is same, and it was expected that people understand this constitution in general, but it failed. We could not do that. 70 years have gone almost, and people are not able to know yet what is this constitution. They know there is a constitution, they know their rights and everything, but they are not interested to know that until they lose something. And even if they lose something, they are not sure what we should do. They go to advocates or they go to some other consultants, and they don't find satisfactory answers. So where we stay in turmoil, you can say, that's called individual turmoil, a state of where we cannot be stable. We find ourselves in a state of nervousness, which is, you can say, unpleasing state, and this impacts on someone, and that person cannot remain stable. To find solution, one has to use mind, and you can use mind only when you are not emotional, because state of mind and state of emotions are not related. If you are emotional, you cannot think constructively. If you are not emotional, your mind can work. So you have to stop combining two. And if you can do that, you will find certainly answers by considering your problems together or singly. That is what we have to do. We have failed to do that. I was talking about democracy because the democracy establishes our relations between a citizen and state. I have used word state, that has got certain concrete meaning, and citizen is also having concrete meaning. Citizen is legally higher than state. My interpretation is that. Maybe legal interpretation different. Because citizen pays to state. State doesn't pay to citizen. It is state that works for citizen, that serves citizen. So citizen here is client, citizen is customer, citizen is owner, and state is service provider. You may say that. But which state? State is not what you think only geographical state. I'm not talking of government of Haryana state or government of Punjab state. I'm not talking about that. Those are geographical states of this country. But what I'm talking of state means official power, official body. State can be, you may say, our parliament is a state, executive is state, police is state. Wherever statutes is involved, wherever law is involved, constitution is involved, that is called state. Means who are bound to work which are defined for them, for public, for nation. That is called state. State and citizen. Two entities are there. Any public authority is also a state. If you read definition of state on your constitution, you go and read chapter of state in fundamental rights, you will find that what is state. This means state has to link to your fundamental rights. Your rights, they cannot throw you out of your rights, or your rights cannot be thrown out of you. That is what we have. If my rights are there, of course, under certain restrictions, I have to use them. No one can stop that. This means no state body can stop that right to be used by me, a citizen of this country. That's what I'm saying. Citizenship is not a joke. But we'll check your citizenship as if somebody says, why shall you check my citizenship? My answer is that. Tell me why. I am citizen, and you who want to check me is also citizen. When one thing is established, why you want to check? You are talking in violation to Constitution of this country. When I say I am a voter, do you understand what I'm saying? When I say I am a voter, what does it mean? It means I have my name on roll of electorate. I am elector. My name cannot reach on the electoral roll if I am not citizen. If I am voting, my role is there. On what basis somebody checks me when I am already having statutory card, statutory roll with me that I am there, you are there. Our law says that until I am proven that I am not that, our Evidence Act says you are having certain document, and that document you are declaring this is mine because it is officially notified by that authority who issued you this document. Because this document was not issued by that authority, it was just administered by that authority. This was issued under law. Law of election says elector can be that person who is a citizen of this country above age of 18. This is what Article 325 to 27 of Constitution mandates. You can read that. 325, 326, 327, which define who is a citizen and voter, who is adult suffrage. If I am having that document with me, Who are someone? Who is someone? Who is someone to raise this question? This question in itself is illegal, against the Constitution, and you cannot ask me to prove it. You have to prove that I don't have this. You prove that this voter card is illegal. That is why should I prove? I have this card. It's my name is XYZ, and you prove it. What does it mean? What does it mean? I don't understand. There's no natural sense in this. This is where conflicting arises. The situation is conflicting. This conflict arises. Something is mine and somebody does not prove it. This is complete nonsense. This is one part I'm talking because this is a burning issue these days. Citizenship. It's very burning issue and explosive issue. It's exploding every day. And we are trying to explode it. People are, you can say, not able to grasp what is going on. Government is not able to grasp what is going on. Legislature is sleeping and judiciary is watching with entertainment. Question is, this panic that emerged in 2020 is a disease actually. It has taken a scale of epidemic and people have kicked off all their problems, keeping abreast this state of unbecoming action that poison has been injected to public by government of this country. This poison has defected citizens of this country. This is a very grave situation. You have to understand this. Nation was moving. If you go 5-6 years back, nation had been moving. It was on its move. But in 2020, this grave state has come back. Why it has come back after all? I don't understand one point. You cannot say that if we just investigate who is citizen or not citizen, shall you bring down citizenship to 10%? You think so? Or you say it's 50%? After all, what is problem? I do not know. You say they are illegal immigrants. Okay, they are illegal immigrants. Do you have certain record? Do you have certain statistics? And why are they coming if they are illegal immigrants? Means it is a complicated issue which was not so urgent to sort out at this stage. And by injecting into society this disease, you have created panic all over this country. And this mistake is not done by public, this mistake is done by government. It is just misleading government, misleading legislature. I have to say clearly, our legislature that we appointed for 5 years has failed in its functions, and executive also failed entirely in their approach. If you have certain problem, you have to solve that problem with detailed study. You cannot simply say, I have said this to it. This country is for everybody. This country is for people of this country. It's not for government of this country. This country is not for legislature of this country. This country is not for judiciary of this country. This country is for all citizens of this country. This point is very serious. It's for me as citizen, it's for you as citizen, and for all citizens this country means, and for no one else. You will say, how I am saying this? Yes, it is only citizens that own this country, no one else. We have certain relations with every institution. We have relation, citizen legislature relation, citizen executive relation, and citizen judiciary relation, and citizen non-state relation, and citizen relation, citizens nation relations. So many relations are there which we do not understand. We do not even imagine that we have certain relation. We have to say, what I have to take. Okay, elections are coming. I have to stay as it is. What benefit I'll get? I just vote and that's all. What I have to do with the judiciary? They are working. I'm not going there. I'm not in government. I should always we talk that way. But it's not our fault. It's not our fault. This happens. After all, we are common people. Everybody is busy. Those who have jobs, they are busy in their jobs. And those who don't have jobs, they are busy in finding jobs. Simple, everybody is busy. They may find jobs in 10 years or 5 years, we don't know. Sorry. But country is not waiting for you. Country has to move. Country has to move in every way. If we create problem for ourselves through government, why? If you just think as citizen, problem that has been created in last 2 months, was it necessary? Was it so urgent that we had to take this step at this juncture? Was so essential? I don't understand. We have hundreds of other problems. We did not give time to those problems, and we have just brought a problem that has no direct or immediate relation to this country, and we panicked everywhere. You know, if somebody threatens you, I'll do this against you. Of course, panic is a spread. You become in panic. This happens. If nobody threatens you, you move smooth. Okay, it's all normal life, normal everything. If your government creates a panic, if legislature creates a panic, it is very dangerous. Because if there's a panic in my family for something, it's only affecting me or my family members, not whole society. It may affect my neighbors at most or my relatives. But if you keep whole nation in panic, you are going to cause accidents and psychology problems. This government has wonderfully, you can say, wonderfully done this job. They have created panic among society of all states everywhere. And really, I can say this is very dangerous job they have done. It is so dangerous that people can still commit suicide. Such dangerous job. Because level of thinking is government is very powerful. But level of individual thinking, individual person, is not that powerful. Government has sources and resources. They have everything. They have forces to control everything. But who shall support an ordinary citizen? I am an ordinary citizen. And you are an ordinary citizen. We seek security from state because we spend money on them. And a panic is gifted to us by our government, by our legislature. That do this or get lost. Meaning is that. So it's a question of panic. Means I am being told as a citizen that you are under threat. Implication is that what PM says, what minister says, I least bother. What is happening, I have to see that. And happening is very serious. It is easy to threat someone, but very difficult to correct that. The impact which public has got by that threat is really irrecoverable, irreparable. Irreparable damage has been caused to every citizen. Maybe it takes time for citizens to understand. We have not understood what has been done. They know, government knows they have done something wrong. They know very well what they tried to do that didn't work. And it's working against them actually. And that's also very dangerous. If government is there, it has to work for us and not to waste time. But government is not working for us, it's wasting time. They are not able, they are not even having competency to think that they'll cause some error. See, when you work, errors are imminent, expected. But government is not accepting any error. And that is another problem. Means it is losing trust of public. It has lost trust of public, not parliament. They manage parliament, and management of parliament is also a very dangerous game. I manage parliament. Parliament is not meant to be managed. Parliament is meant to do justice, to decide acts, to decide laws, to decide future of people. That is purpose of parliament. It's not management. If you say we manage this, passes a bill, this means you managed working against the government, against public. Bill is passed is not important. How it has been passed is important. Passing a bill doesn't mean it shall work. There have been many laws in this country which have never worked. And not now, since pre-independence. There have been many laws, many statutes that never ever worked, but still they are on record. If your statute doesn't work, it works otherwise in a reverse way. It's more dangerous. So you have caused a danger to public rather than causing comfort to public, rather than causing relief to public. Public of this country means a complete group of citizens of this country brought to you to parliament 550 Lok Sabha members who are sitting in parliament, who are sent by public in status of people's representative. And those representatives have not represented people there. They don't know what they represented. They themselves don't know. Because this is a habit. They are habitual. They do not consider after elections that they are people's representative, and that is where we fail. For purpose of vote, they shall tell everything. They accept everything. And often they don't come to you to seek votes. They think votes would automatically come. And they know practice, what's there, what's happening. So they ignore people, they ignore voters, and voter is that innocent, that level innocent, that he least bothers, okay, I have to vote, I shall vote. Means vote is easily granted, no problem. Okay, I have to vote, I'll go and vote someone, this party, that party, or this one. The value of vote has been only casting. We do not value of vote in its character. After all, why I am voting? Because it's my constitutional right and my duty. I have been taught like this. My duty I have been taught, but duty of MP has not been taught. What is duty of MP? And I never demand what's your duty, tell me, and what you have done, tell me. My duty I know. Otherwise I'm called Pappu, I don't vote. That taunting is there. But if a person who has voted, what that person is doing is not questioned. That's the question. My objective of this talk and such sequence or series of talks is to let people understand why they vote. It's not that I'm saying don't vote. When you appear in examination, you conduct a study or no? Voting is also an examination, and person who is voted is also under examination. Both are under examination. A person who is voting is thinking of nation or state. A person has a picture in mind or dream in mind, what I want to see my country in 5 years. That is purpose of vote. And person who is voted, he is also under examination. What can he respond to? That voter's thinking, that voter's picture in mind, and performance that MP can give in future. So both are under examination. But do we consider sometimes or whenever we vote that we are under examination? We never consider. Vote is vote, that's it. And MP is MP, that's it. I am very serious at this point. I am not serious about Prime Minister position, and I don't want to serious about ministers' positions, because those positions are relevant positions. I am not directly linked to those positions factually. And this is what I want to stress, that what relationship do we have between a citizen or a voter and representative in parliament. This relationship actually has never been established in past 70 years. Only imagination was there. Slogans were there. No constructive approach was adopted. Yes, you are a citizen, vote, and your duty goes off. My shutter is down because I voted. We just confined ourselves to vote and not to further action. And benefit of this absence of quality of voter, misunderstanding of voter, and voter demanding no response from representative has degraded our system. MPs think that they are not responsible to citizens. That's why they least bother. They don't even visit their constituency. Why should they visit? When they know nobody is serious, nobody understands, and they enjoy their privileges. They enjoy their status, constitutional status, which is top status in our country. They enjoy that. They enjoy everything. From a civilian status, they become VIPs. I am VIP, I'm a VIP, I'm constitutional, I'm MP. And for 5 years they enjoy. And after that, if they are re-elected, fine. Otherwise, they are also paid. My money and my vote Why should I allow to be wasted? This is my study. This is my assumption and my, you can say, logical study. As citizen, it's my duty to do it. Just like when I study in education, I appear for examination, we study a lot, we study theories, tutorials, practicals, and then we manage to appear in examination with certain approach, determination, commitment to get a pass through. But that pass through is not final. We have to try, practice on that subject. A time has come now for all people to value their democracy, to study democracy. Where do we stand? If we have to just restrain to vote or not to vote and then forget it, I think then there's no meaning of democracy. We have to forget this democracy then. Not only democracy, we have to forget everything in Constitution. Because those people who designed this Constitution practically, they were not fools. They were brilliant people. They had struggled in life. We have not struggled that one. We are eating their fruits, their struggle fruits. We did not do anything for this country, in fact. If you ask a citizen yourself, what you did for this country? I am asking myself, what I did for this country, what today's youth did for this country, and what those sitting in power now did for this country. This is an explosive question. Those who spend their life, those who did not get anything from this life into this country, they sacrificed for us. And what we sacrificed for? I don't know what's happening. What we sacrificed for? To enjoy life. We enjoy life and still enjoy life. We have good education or don't have good education. We have good job or don't have good job. Means we are just living for something we have, and we are having this country. But we have to understand, something in pocket is important, but you are not valuing that. We have this country with us. We are enjoying this country, but this country has to be handled also, has to be preserved also. Are we preserving that? Are we maintaining what we are given, or we are just damaging everything? This is really a question which we are not answering. What we are answering? Every 5-year elections, no problem. We have certain parties, this party, that party, this party, that party. We give some to some. Okay, no problem. I am from this party, you are from this party. We consider as parties our religion. No party is your religion. They are commercial parties. Factually. These parties have imposed on our heads something that this is only reality. No other reality exists. You have to either vote me or that. That's all. That's why I'm worried. Am I born for these parties? Am I born for this party or that party? You don't think that? If I say I support this party or I support that party, why should I support that party or this party? Who is that party? What that party has related to me? When I am not sure of my relation to legislature, my relation to executive, my relation to judiciary, then why I am sure of my relation to one political party? Yes, if it is my party, I agree, then I have to maintain that. I can say then it's my interest. I am on this party. But when I'm not honor of this party, then why should I make myself the slave to that party? No, this is my party. Don't talk against this. No, this is not what I desired. This is not what we did in 1947 from 1857. This was not our destination. Political party was not our destination. Our destination was independence and freedom and self-rule. I am not born for these political parties. Not at all. This nation is not slave of these political parties. My country is not slave of these people. We are slave under constitution. This constitution speaks a lot. This constitution writes a lot. This constitution demands a lot. And this constitution gives a lot. All that we have to analyze. And now, because we are educated, we can understand. We are not moving on hearsay. We know what is written. And it is regretful, you can say. It's regretful that institutions have not done on this. No institution has worked in details on this requirement. All institutions failed. But citizen cannot fail. Yes, citizen can delay something, because connecting citizens is very big issue. All people cannot be connected in same page. Every city, every state is different. Languages are different. Problems are different. So we cannot say that we stay interconnected. But now there is some interconnection because of internet. So we can move little. We can at least connect to some extent. We have to bring that way a change to our system, which was spoiled by ourselves. That relation making is very significant. I am talking in different way because I intend that people should understand what is required. And in particular, those people who are young, middle-aged, who are busy, not having adequate time to think on this, must think on this. If we cannot change our system, our quality of system, we cannot add value to that, then future is going to be difficult. Because these people who are in government or in executive or in legislature, they are having their self-interest. People in legislature and government are their self-interest in political parties, because they all are from political parties except 5 to 10%. All 90% people are from certain political party or affiliations. And my institution of constitution, my contemplation in constitution does not agree that there should be political party. That is really a very difficult point you will not digest, but that is fact. You go and see constitution. In constitution, it doesn't mandate anything. Yes, there is separate statute. That is for purpose, because political parties were constituted, they established, and they try to regulate that. That's where that public law, people representative act applies. But it is not mandatory. Just imagine one thing. Say, imaginary it is. It's not happened yet. There are 550 seats in Lok Sabha. And people change their mind. They reject political parties. Then you are voting also. Elections will be conducted. And taking risk, you can say, you elect 450 independent candidates, it can happen. After all, this vote. There's no compulsion to elect from political parties. And 450 candidates from independent level, they are elected. Just think on what will happen. Yeah, what's happening to me? What do you think? If 450 MPs are elected, non-political party MPs, you think it will collapse? Lok Sabha shall collapse? Shall they not work? Shall they not be legal? They shall be legal. They shall be official. They shall have to work. But in what capacity? Who will constitute government? Your question would be, who shall constitute government? What is government? What is government after all? What do you think by government? Legislature itself is government. To be frankly speaking, legislature is senior government and executive junior government. You'll confuse now yourself. Yes? The legislature is higher than executive because legislature makes laws and executive follows laws. They implement laws. So which one is higher? Legislature is higher. So what if there is 450 or 500 MPs from non-political parties? What's wrong with that? You will say, how can we elect prime minister or appoint prime ministers? You're right. But where is law given in constitution that prime minister shall be from political party? No. Prime minister means practically a person who has confidence of House of Lok Sabha. That person is called prime minister. So these people who are elected after a vote shall find a person who shall lead house. What's wrong with that? Why should we in advance say that I want this person to see prime minister or I want to see that person as prime minister? Why should we bind ourselves or limit ourselves to that status that without vote we have to say this man should be prime minister? Why should I say that? Why? Why should I reduce power of those people who shall be elected and join Lok Sabha? It is their duty, it is their job, their response, their prerogative, you can say, to find a trustworthy leader, to lead them. Because Prime Minister means leader of Lok Sabha. If I pre-decide that this man is my Prime Minister or should be my Prime Minister, what that MP will decide, whom I am electing, then what for I am electing. If I decide, no, listen, you have to follow this man, this Prime Minister, what purpose of the MP then? What is his duty? What's the meaning of election? Why should I elect one MP if I have to decide who should be Prime Minister? Then better, MP is not required. Finish. Why should I have an MP? And why nation should have 550 MPs for what? What's the role? That is what I say. My relation with MP is not complete. I do not know what my MP is. What is function of MP? What shall MP do for me, for nation? That role is not written anywhere. It is undefined. Who shall define? Do you agree that this is undefined? Or you know it? And if you know it, what do you know? Can you explain? Or you think? Relationship between MP and voter is primary relationship. Because this relationship is basic, fundamental. Because citizenship is fundamental. And citizenship produces a representative, and that's MP. This means MP is related to citizenship. Means my citizenship role is given to MP for purpose of legislature and the government. I appoint that person who is elected as my deputy, or for me that person has to work in legislature and in government, both. But that person does not listen to me. That person never comes to me. That person thinks that person is very big and you can say statutory or constitutional, and he has only one relation, to win election and no other relation. That person never knows whether my police is working, whether authorities are working or not, whether municipalities are working or not, whether problems are solved or not, and what problems people are facing or not. If that person is not clear about this, then what is the role of MP? You may say this is not in his job description, this is not his responsibility, municipalities or police and all. That is different issue. Question is, this may be state issue, it may be administrative issue, or it may be whatever issue. After all, that person is my representative. Try to understand this. If I am facing some problem, my representative has to look into that and work out solution for me. Is that wrong? Even if it is state subject, after all, my representative is there. It can be MLA, it can be MP, both are responsible. We are federal structure. System is federal, but citizen is not federal. Citizen is unit. Citizen is central. Citizen is state. Citizen is municipality, and citizens everywhere. Problem of citizens are to be solved by all. So my representative in legislature, at least in parliament, is higher than my representative in assembly. This point we have to understand concretely, with concrete thinking, not with separate thinking. For me, MP and MLA and councillor are one, as far as my problems are concerned. Yes, MP has to take my problem somewhere and MLA has to take somewhere. But problems are mine. MP is supposed to help me. That's why MP is there. It's a higher level. He can have higher force. That I have to understand. But that MP doesn't see me ever. That MP doesn't even come to my area. And I am unable to see that MP. What's the purpose served? Why then MP is required? After all, I don't need MP just to sit there in parliament and just join yes or no. No, I don't need that. My MP should be working. Because that MP is constitutional person. That MP should understand what I want. That person should understand what is constitution. That person should understand my problems, what are solutions. He should find out solutions to discuss with me or other people of area and find solution. It's not simply saying that he has some allotment for area, he gets that fund and spend my area. That is for development purpose, but not for legislative purpose, what for executive purpose, what for other purpose. Who shall we go to them? That is what I say. A relationship is a must to be defined between citizen and legislature, between legislature and citizen and executive. That must be defined. Have I defined that? No one has defined that. They shall never define that. No one is going to define as such because they want to avoid responsibility. They want to avoid responsibility, they will never decide. So who will decide? Who will define? Then I and you are required to define. This is very important point. Believe me, you may be feeling that I am boring you. Yes. When there is important topic, it's really boring. It's really boring. It demands something. It demands input. And that input is missing. That input is coming neither from citizen and nor from area and nor from MP. Their problem lies. And this problem gives undue benefit to those who are not relevant. It gives undue benefit to executive because executive takes away responsibility. Oh, it's not my job. Legislature has done this, so I am following this. They simply say. If asked some minister about some problem, would say, I have not got any complaint about this and I'm not aware of this and I'll look into this. And he shall never look into that. Because looking into that problem means sending it to some other ministry. Then that ministry will send to some other ministry. And after going through 5 or 10 ministries, that problem will come back and say it doesn't relate to us. So what achievement we got after this transmotion of ministries? Nothing. No result. Okay, file it. And minister's officer will file it. So what service a citizen got from executive and legislature? That is my question. Why then I voted for one? Just my file should move in ministries and come back and I should get an answer. We are looking into that. We shall let you know if some decision is raised or even that answer doesn't come. It is really surprising. What a country in motion without results. We are having motions without result. In consequences, no reliable legislatures are done, no laws are affected, government doesn't care for people, and judiciary sleeping. Judiciary is worried about those people who have big cases. Judiciary is worried about political cases. The judiciary is not about your cases and my cases. It may take 50 years, 30 years. Judiciary is bothered. No problem. So our 3 institutions are not working for people. Illogical. Citizen who is paying taxes, who is paying everything, voting, these 3 institutions are not practically meant for citizen. Yes, if you are rich, you can spend money, you can get anything you want. You can get something you want. If you are a big company, if you are a big politician, you can impact even court. But if you are an ordinary citizen, I am not much. You will not even find a lawyer for you. because a lawyer charges lakhs. So you don't even can say rude to lawyers. Lawyer wants money because lawyer is lawyer, advocate is advocate. I will not even discuss with you. You will this much first. What to say? My constitution, my vote. Open your eyes, open your minds. We have slept too much. 70 years of sleep. 70 years of sleep. No break, no work, only sleep. So system is dead. System is old. Digitalization doesn't mean you change system. System is same. By digitalization, actually, it has been more complicated. Many passwords. Your password is not accepted. Use this, use capital, use this, use this, use this, and this. Very difficult. So what to do? That is what I am stressed to think. I am not able to find answers as citizen of this country. And if educated person like you and me cannot find answers, you think those people who know nothing academically, what do you expect of them? You expect of them unrest. You expect of the exposure of panic, and you expect of them conflicts that are happening now. 2020 started with conflict, and 2019 ended with conflict. Nobody cares. Have you ever understood what this government is doing? Just think on. They brought some law. They brought some law as this law is solution for everything. What was intention actually? They told some intention. Fine, that's fine, no problem with that. But why did you do homework on that? Why did you not design that law properly? If your law you brought in approved by parliament has resulted in complete unrest, is it your failure or success? You may say there are people supporting it also. What do you mean support? Why do you need support? It's already passed. It's notified. What's meaning support? There's no question of support. Question is of resistance, opposition. First time in legislative history of this country, there is no political party leading this unrest, this movement. This is led by public, and that is very serious. That public which never united in 70 years, this instant, this accidental law, this attacking law, this explosive law has united them to lead themselves. Unexpected development it is, unexpected development. Government think they have done something. Prime Minister is releasing statements, useless statements, weightless statements, meaningless statements, just to justify its position. Prime Minister, top executive of this country, who has a responsibility, whose words have many meanings. That person, that institution of Prime Minister is trying to assimilate public support. It's first time you are demanding public support. Is demanded only in election time, not post-election time, and not as a part of legislature development. This means you are defending yourself. You are defending yourself. You are defending after act has been published, act has been notified. This means you never expected. There's no meaning of defense or seeking support after something has been notified. What is the meaning? Indirectly saying you are accepting your defeat, to be very frank. If you are asking for support, means people are not supporting you. That's why you're asking for support. You have no confidence in you. That's why you're asking for support. There is high scale opposition. People are condemning this step you have taken, and to encounter that, they are asking support. This is worthless, complete worthless. I don't understand what shall happen. I don't know. But what shall happen is really unwelcome. Nation has to be in stability. If you are so big majority cannot get you stability, then I think majority is useless. If public reject majority, they are rejected. They have rejected this law. Only you are boosting, nothing else. People have rejected this law. Just you are boosting for nothing. That is what is your failure. But I come back to relationship. That is important. I don't know what will happen after some time, whether this law continues or it has to be withdrawn. I cannot say. It's the government and public to decide. But remember, public is always higher than government. Public is always higher than legislature. Because legislature does something doesn't mean people accept this. And this is not only in this country, in every country has happened. In Hong Kong, you see, they decided something, people rejected, and they withdraw it later on. It is happening everywhere. You can go understand this everywhere in many countries. Okay, people are elected, legislators are elected, people don't accept it, they are down. But our people are different. Our government is rigid. They take it as personal. They don't take it as national. Our prime ministers, our others, they just consider it personal. Oh, I have done it. How can we? No, I don't accept this. They are using police to attack people. Is it acceptable? If people are demonstrating, you are attacking, attack them. What sort of history are you creating? What sort of history? There was a government, people who say sometimes in future, there was a prime minister, there was a government, they did this and that, they attacked people, they lathi charge through police, students, they broke their heads, they attacked women on sitting on road, police lathi charged those women and they attacked. Do you want that type of country? Should we expect that type of management attack? If people are demonstrating, let them demonstrate. What's your problem? They have a right to demonstrate. You just come and say, no, you don't demonstrate. What sort of government is this? You are barricading right of citizen. That right has been allowed by Constitution. Why are you stopping that? Let them go. You do your job. But because you do not want to see your criticism, you want to see that people accept what you did. You are so high in mind. You are so high in mind that you cannot expect your rejection. You know very well that nation has rejected that piece of law, that amended piece of law. Even then, you are not accepting your error. That is the problem. This means there has been effect on relationship between citizen and legislature and citizen and government. This is what I want to discuss. Therefore, I want to concentrate on, focus on. My question is to all MPs. I wrote to my MP also. I've written. I've written about this, but there's no answer. My MP did not answer so far. I had written to that MP about this law. Why did you support this law? My MP is himself an advocate, and I wrote that you are supposed to know what is meaning of constitution and why this unconstitutional law has been supported by you. Are you MP, public representative, or PM's slave? This point was written to that MP on his Facebook, but I did not get any response after that. I don't think some response shall come. That is where answer lies. My MP ignores. If MP ignores to answer me, then why should I have that MP for me? What is purpose of that MP? At least you should answer. But no, he won't. Because that person is actually not my MP. He is whose MP I don't know. He is Prime Minister's MP. Or his RSS MP. He's not my MP. That is what I say. My relation between me and that MP doesn't exist. It doesn't exist anyway. That was a problem today, gastric problem. This point I want to stress for future because this can change whole scenario. As I said, 450 MPs are independent in assumption, and they shall elect one prime minister. Imagine a prime minister elected by those people. Who shall be powerful? If those MPs elect one person to be designated and appointed by president as prime minister, as per law, because president appoints prime ministers. You recommend that by election and president appoints or certifies. that this person is Prime Minister. In that situation, maybe that face is unknown to you, but that face is projected by the strength of Lok Sabha. Can you think what shall be working style of the Prime Minister? Because this Prime Minister is supported by all MPs of Lok Sabha. Then these Lok Sabha members, of course, because they appointed him, they elected him, shall have a power to raise question. Shall be powerful or no? This Prime Minister has been supported by MPs. MPs then would not be taken for granted. No one shall be able to take this MP for granted. Right? This means if MPs ask us question, raise question, this Prime Minister and his ministers shall be bound to consider and answer. This means your representative would work. Your representative force PM to answer. Means your MP shall be active. Because that MP has to answer you. So we have to see, we want active MP or we want passive MP. Which one is better, active or passive? And also, because PM is elected by House, PM has to be serious. PM have to respond to people. That is required. What is your idea on this? Now a pre-image of this person, which was, this shall be our Prime Minister in future. We want this Prime Minister. Now your idea should be, this image MP, this position MP. And all areas in this country of 550 constituencies shall have all best types of images for MP. MP is more dominant than MP has got weight of seat. Every MP has more weight now. This means 550 persons have been empowered. This means a sense of responsibility has been created between legislature and executive. Executive shall be forced to work because MPs are there to check, audit and supervise work of executive. It's government. I think I should say. What is your contemplation? You want a silent legislature or you want an active executive? If legislature is powerful, they will question, and to answer, executive would work. But now what's happening? legislature is not powerful because you never vote for legislature, you vote for PM or party. You have to cut out this procedure. You have to reinvent system, redefine system. That is where I am trying to focus to. That solution lies here. You shall ask, what's guarantee of solution there? Yes, there's no guarantee, but there's logic. Now what's happening? You are virtually electing a prime minister, not MP, though you are voting to MP, but election is not for MP, it's for prime ministers. In general terms, so there's no prime minister candidate, yet you are electing PM in your imagination, and that is elected practically. Now that person thinks because you are electing that PM, your future PM, means you are voting to his candidates he floated to. His candidate of your MP candidate is his choice, not your choice. Means to whomsoever that PM or party thinks that this is good MP candidate, nominate that one and charge money from that candidate for party funds. This means that MP has gone to grip of prime minister, right? Means all MPs who are from that prime minister party are under grip of prime minister or party. Means they are not under your grip. They should be under your grip according to constitution, but they are not under your grip. Your grip is loose. You are not able to control that MP. So that MP cannot be responsive to you. That MP shall be responsive to prime minister or party or government. This means you have lost your MP despite MPs available. You want that stage? You have to decide. You want a silent, sleeping, lazy MP, or you want a smart MP, active MP. What is your desire? This is our problem and we have to find solution. Think otherwise. That's what I am saying. Think this way. Power of 550 persons otherwise goes to one person. And you think 550 persons duty can be done by one person? That is impossible. Not possible. But we are making it possible by our mistake. One mistake and you spoil country. You spoil country. One mistake. One mistake is spoils. If your MPs are powerful, of course, ministers shall be appointed by, shall be selected by Prime Minister, but Prime Minister shall have to keep in mind future also. These MPs shall accept these ministers or no, because ministers are required to be accepted by ministers, by MPs in particularly, in practice. If these MPs are not responsive, these MPs are not powerful, no value. The government whosoever goes its way, oh, we are powerful, we have enough seats in parliament, Why should we worry about people of this country? They think that way. Well, I don't try to just take much longer explanation on this issue. I think you're getting my point. You're getting my point clearly. Well, if you cannot get this point, I don't know what I should say. You must get this point. I think I cannot continue today, right? Well, खैर मैं कुछ हिंदी में बात कर लेता हूँ थोड़ी देर के लिए. ये एक्सप्लेनेशन तो बहुत लंबी है. ये तो अभी मैं छोटी सी बात कर रहा हूँ एमपी की और गवर्नमेंट की, क्योंकि ये तो आगे तक जानी है. इसका इम्पैक्ट जुडिशरी पे भी आएगा, क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट ही फाइनल अपॉइंट करती है जजेस को, और जजेस कैसे होंगे, कहाँ से आएंगे, कैसे इनकी अपॉइंटमेंट होती है, वो सारी बातें बहुत लंबी जाती है. समझना इतना आसान नहीं है. इसलिए मेरा कहने का मतलब यह है कि अब समय आ गया है देश के लोगों को सोचने का, कुछ करने का. नहीं तो प्रॉब्लम बढ़ती जाएगी. मेरा शायद बाद में बात करूंगा. शायद कुछ तबीयत ठीक नहीं चल रही, गैस बहुत बन रही है, क्या करूं. खैर इतना ही कहूंगा कि हमें दिमाग खोलना पड़ेगा, आंखें खोलनी पड़ेगी, संविधान भी खोलना पड़ेगा और समाज को भी खोलना पड़ेगा. ऐसा लगता है सब दबे हुए हैं. समाज दबा है, संविधान दबा है, लोग दबे हैं, सब दबे हैं. बैठे वो हैं जो चोर हैं, डकैत हैं. सरकार हमारे वोटों की चोरी कर लेते हैं, हम पर डकैती डाल देते हैं, हमसे टैक्स ले जाते हैं. करना धरना कुछ नहीं, और हम भी कहते हैं करते रहो करते रहो करते रहो. ऐसा हो रहा है. चलो देखते हैं. अभी मैं बंद करता हूँ, जल्दी बंद करूँगा, 2 बात करेंगे. थैंक यू. सॉरी.